the future of our society is going to be those who have and those who have not.
Now you can take $1.50, $2 and get started.
Like the crypto market is so young. The opportunities is still there.
Yeah. We back in here.
Yes, sir.
It's me, your boy Rob, and my son in love.
Yes,
See,
sir.
my mom is the story behind that. My mom, she calls my wife her daughter in love. So I decide I'm gonna call E-Man my son in love.
Yes, sir.
You all right with that, sir?
Yep, I'm all right with it because it's a number of love between me and you. You know what I'm saying? Number of love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm excited to be back here again. Another recording on Legacy Mindset.
Another episode. We back in here, baby, and we gonna keep it going.
I'm excited.
Yes,
so
sir.
With that being said, E-Man, take it away.
All right, so we got this episode today, and if you haven't subscribed yet or like this video yet, go ahead and do it. Hit that notification bell button so that way you get all our updates on our posts, our shorts, our videos, and so that way you can stay tuned for all the latest and greatest content we're creating. Like I said, this is the Legacy Mindset Podcast. We ain't stopping. We're going to keep it going. We're going to give y'all some gems. And in this episode, we about to talk about investing and how to get started investing, with crypto, stocks. The first question I want to bring up and ask you, why is you excited about this topic, and like what makes you so driven to starting investing and getting the message out to the people like this is a perfect time, to start getting that legacy mindset and building wealth for yourself?
Hey, once again, when God put that in my spirit back in 2018 to learn about investing, getting in the stock market. Then 2020 came around, and then I got into crypto, even though it had been out, like way before in 2008. And man, I'm just so excited about it because, again, legacy mindset is a change. I'm telling you, it's a game changer. It's a mind changer.
Right.
It's like, man, I got so much I can say.
Yeah, I know. I know every time we be talking off the cameras, you be just so excited, like waking up when something comes to your mind, you be waking up and just putting the fire in me because you just like, man, do you realize what time it is, where we're at in life, and like the crypto market, This wasn't here 5-10 years ago. We got, Robinhood. We got Coinbase now. We got Kraken, Fidelity. Like as a retail investor or a person that try to invest for themselves, you had to go to the brokerage companies and they charge you crazy fees back in the day just to make a trade. I remember years ago, like around 2012-ish, I had a Fidelity and I was trying to make some trades and I'm seeing $24 to buy a stock. I'm like, man, that's a lot.
Right.
And as time went on, I left it alone because like I'm about to be paying $24 to be making a trade. You know what I'm saying? So the times done passed, and now retail investors got this world of opportunity to use their money and invest and for their family and with low fees.
Yeah, I mean, especially when it came to penny stocks. Oof, they really tagged you on the penny stocks.
For sure.
But yeah, it's exciting because, like, once again, I like to say it like this. We're in a second in a lifetime opportunity, whereas we can not only invest in cryptocurrency, but you hold it like a savings account. You putting your money in there, you experiencing the growth. And if you're smart about it, you'll have one account for long term, and then you'll have another account that if you get really involved, you begin to rinse and repeat.
Yep.
But then to put the icing on the cake, we have that self custody. So there are plenty different wallets that you can choose from. So man, I'm excited about that because you'd be walking around basically like your own bank.
We now have control when it comes to our finances. The Bitcoin white paper laid it out as what
Yeah.
the future, peer-to-peer
Future
payments.
money.
Like
Yeah.
we have the keys to control our own destiny now.
Well, you know what they say. Not your keys, not your crypto.
Right. Yeah.
So of course you have different people that made big money in the space come up with ways of custodying it without, allowing it to stay on these exchanges to whereas anybody can hack in or come get you out of your money, even the darn exchanges themselves.
Mhm.
Because I've even experienced that. I know what I paid for, but then I got less. And I'm like, come on now. I tried to reach out to them and they just gave me some little sob little story as if to say, hey, you know what I'm saying? Not your keys, not your crypto. So I
Right.
said, okay.
Yeah.
And I ain't even, at that point, I had learned how to even go in the blockchain and look around, and I still don't fully know how to do that. That's in the process though. Learning how to go on the blockchain and look around to verify and see because
Yeah.
it's I'm quite sure you know
Yeah.
the blockchain is a ledger.
Yes, sir.
It keeps a record of everything. Right.
In the past, we had the banks that you had to call them up and get that list of okay, what did I spend? But now we got the blockchain where every transaction is recorded, so
Right.
you can go look up all of your past spending on your crypto wallet and know where did you send money to, because every transaction has a ID. So
Right.
you can track that. There's but there is places like Etherscan for like
Yeah.
Ethereum.
Yeah.
We got Basescan for the Base network. We got Solana. I think Solana Scan.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so I
Right.
guess we talked about Robinhood is another platform that is offering crypto now, and they offering stock as well.
Right. And I'm loving it because I can get up at 1 o'clock in the morning if I want to.
Yeah.
If I see Bitcoin that drop down 30-40%, and I feel like that's a load up moment.
Yeah.
I'm on.
Yeah.
I can do it. But the NASDAQ, they're actually working with somebody now,
Yeah.
and they're getting ready to just tokenize stocks to whereas we can purchase stocks like that as well.
The crypto market is so young, and even though they had their run with Bitcoin, and if you missed out on that, the opportunities is still there with Ethereum, Solana, and even Bitcoin itself. I'm pretty sure they talking about what 1 billion Bitcoin, 1 billion Bitcoin in the future.
They talking, hey, but they saying that it's a never ending growth until it stops.
Yeah.
Because think 100 years from now, they may come up with something even better or greater, or for that matter, we may not even need a currency. We may be at a point of just bartering everything. You know what I'm saying? You know how to cut hair, you know how to make shoes, but like my daughter Shalisa,
right,
making them cold shoes she doing, boy, I'm telling you.
Yeah, them nice.
Stuff like that, people will be bartering,
Yeah.
So, hey, but right now, get your portion.
Yes, sir. Get your portion. Once you figure out what get your portion means, your mind will go I'm telling you, if I'm going back, what I said earlier, we in a perfect time that the crypto market is growing. You got opportunities to put your money and allocate it, right? So I think you can't say a piece of the pie. The pie is right there in our face, and we just got to go out there and get our portion. The future of our society is going to be those who have and those who have not.
Right.
And I feel like if we get our portion, accumulate wealth, accumulate tokens, get in the right position with Ethereum when it's low, get in the right position with Solana, get in the right position. Just basically position ourselves so when they start taking off, because they're building everything on Ethereum, Solana, and these other ones AVAX is another one. But if we get in our position and get your portion, I'm telling you that portion is gonna grow into a bigger piece of the pie. We mentioned Robinhood, Coinbase, Fidelity,
Yep.
Kraken. We have some links in the description talking about those, and so if you want to get started with those platforms that we mentioned, the links will be in the description. Go sign up. If you ain't been investing, the perfect time is now. So go sign up today. Get those links and get started. You could probably start with something small, $5, $10. Which kind of leads me to another question. Like, if a person don't know what to do, like we giving them the keys to the, how they supposed to drive? Like how much do they supposed to put in, and what kind of mindset do they need to have when it comes to investing in stocks and crypto and stuff?
Now you can take $1.50, $2 and get started. And I always say if you can't go pull them little pillows up off your couch and look around for some spare change and put it in a bank account or something like that and throw it off into Fidelity or Robinhood and get started, then you need to figure it out. I made a video on transparent living earlier today, and I was talking to my wife, and I was saying, like, I thought about the early bird gets the worm.
Yeah.
And the thing about that is, people don't need to really look at who getting up early. Just get up early, because when you get up early, that bird got that worm. But guess what? If you up early, you can go get the worm that's meant for you. Basically getting your portion.
Right.
So it's easy. It don't take a lot. And a lot of people always, that's the first thing they say, I can't afford it. And I'm here to tell you flat out, yes, you can. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Once again, legacy mindset. It's a mind thing. You gotta get out of that old way of thinking. That stinking thinking ain't getting you nowhere. You know what I'm saying? So let's go. Wake up, get your little funds together and get started. Because eventually you're going to start seeing the growth, and you're going to say, man, you're going to be just as excited as we are. And you're going to get moving. You're going to constantly build. Next thing you know, you're changing your family tree.
That's powerful right there. So let's say they took their money, their funds, and they starting to accumulate some crypto or some stocks. I realize there's a difference from trading and investing, and there's a big distinction, which is one is focusing on the long-term growth, which is investing, and trading, that's almost like the short term, in and out, within maybe a day, minutes or hour or even weeks, but when it comes to
basically gambling.
Yeah, almost like gambling. Yes. You got a mark that you're trying to hit, and once you hit that, you out. But when it comes to investing, I think people and that with the legacy mindset is that we trying to accumulate wealth and invest our money into something that's going to be growing in the long term, and that right there is a better foundation, a way of positioning your money rather than in and out. Because I tell you, every time I trade, I end up losing money. Like every time I trade and try to think I'm doing something, I make my money, but then I guess what? I turn back around, I lost it back. Not being disciplined, and I realized that if I had a long term mindset, when I didn't think about it, the stuff ran up, and I just come back and look like, oh dang, it did what I thought it was going to do over the long term, and rather than me using my emotions and taking money out, and now I done got scared and locked in some losses. So
no doubt, I couldn't agree with you more.
Yeah,
because God will definitely use the market to teach you. Because in my process of learning, I've done the same thing. Sometimes I took a loss intentionally just to just to get off into something else. And that was even a mistake. But, you'll find that in the market, sometimes you have to know how to take a loss because you may need to get out and position yourself accordingly because that company or that coin really may be garbage.
Right.
But being a long-term investor, kind of like keeps you from making those type of mistakes, if you will.
Yeah.
Because when you're a long-term investor, you do your homework, you do your due diligence, you find out the fundamentals about the coin, about the company, what the finances is like. And when you see that and do that, boy, I'm telling you, then you notice you got a long-term play, you hold on to it, you keep building your position.
Yeah.
But like you said, son in love, I'm gonna tell you right now. Okay, for people who really, really don't know or you scared, for one, I like to say don't be scared. Because when you get in, you just have to make sure you do your homework. Hey, reach out to us on Legacy Mindset. Ask any question that comes to mind. If you stuck, come talk to us about it in the chat. We definitely gonna look at the comments, and we'll definitely either make a video on it or we'll respond in the chat right back to you and try to guide you as much as we can, leading by example. And hey, I mean, I'm willing to do it, and I'm quite sure Sonny Love is too.
Yeah, I'm open too. Yeah, if anybody got questions and want to get started, we got a lot of things in plan in store to try to teach this thing to people, to make that mind shift into investing and building wealth. So yes, we love it. We will love if you message us in the comments, say something in the comments, and we'll reach out. We'll help you with that, and we'll do a one-on-one session, or a video Zoom call or something that'll help you, get you set up in the right direction. And I think you touched on, you just said it, fear. Like people, are fearful of losing money. You know what I'm saying? They thinking that if they put some money in, they can't stand losing. But guess what? I think it was a song. Scared money don't make no money. Right?
Hey, we used to say that when I used to shoot dice back in the day.
You're right. Scared money don't make no money. But if you think about it though, you scared to put your money in, and you don't want that fear to immobilize you.
Right.
The guy said, he didn't give us the spirit of fear, but he gave us the what is it? The sound mind.
Sound mind.
Yeah.
Peace. Sound mind.
Yeah. So I mean, if you got faith, God is with you in your investment journey along the way. So, take time and pray before you even put some money into something, and do your research. You preach that all the time. Do your research on these companies, on these crypto coins. Watch out for scams. And like I've said, if you need help, reach out to us, and we'll definitely help you out, one-on-one sessions or anything, that'll get you on that right path. So, yes.
I heard my wife in the background real faint. Power in the sound mind.
Power in the sound mind. Right. So, right. Yeah.
Power.
Yeah.
She get it right. Power.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So So God don't give us the spirit of fear, but the power and love and a sound mind.
And a sound mind.
Yeah. Yep. So,
but that's it though. That's good though. And also I want to throw out there the acronym FEAR, false evidence appearing real. So you know what I'm saying? A lot of times you gotta look at things like no matter what it look like, no matter what it feel like, where you going, and keep on going.
Right. Yeah. That's good. So yeah, so I touched on a lot of points that I had. We went over, some of the platforms to get started, investing in stock and stuff.
You say you put the links down in the description?
I'm going to. Yep, I'm gonna add some links in there, and for people to go ahead and click the link investigate and get started. You know, I think that's a lot of, first steps for people is like take that leap of faith. Just put $1, $2 into something and build that habit of checking it, making sure it's growing, or build that habit of every time you get paid a paycheck, take $5. You already gonna go to the store, Walmart,
Right.
spending your money frivolously, so just have some discipline, take $5, $10 until you start, getting that habit and investing and redoing your research. And that way you'll be like, okay, I got money in this platform now. Let me go ahead and execute, put it in a position, watch it grow, and I'm telling you, you'd be surprised what would have happened.
Yeah, I want to say too. I want to add, and make when you get going, take your time. Don't be in a hurry. You know what I'm saying? Because you still got your bills and whatnot to pay. You never want to invest more than you can afford to lose.
Right.
And just because you hear that does not mean that you're going to lose. If you invest right, you will win way more than you ever lose.
Right.
So with that being said, take your time. Just put what you can on the whatever platform you use. Don't go in and just spend all the money you put on there. You buying chunks. You know what I'm saying? Take your time and just buying chunks and add to your positions. Because I've made the mistake plenty of times. I be so excited and happy I'm investing. And I throw a bunch of money over there. Before you know it, I done bought up everything. No, it don't even take a lot. You pick a certain amount of stocks when you investing in stocks. You pick a certain amount of cryptos when you invest in cryptos. I always say look at the top 10, and even they shift. Sometimes it might be these, and then other times it's those. And in the stock market, just stay with the big dogs. Don't gamble. Don't play with the penny stocks. Find the good. If you wear Nikes and you like Nikes, then go with Nikes. Find your low point. You start adding to it, dollar cost averaging to it, and build it and watch it grow and watch it grow. And the market gonna teach you. You gonna see. You gonna know when to buy. You gonna know when to sell.
Right.
And if you don't have to sell, because everything you budgeting, you saving, you're not spending your money on junk and fast food all the time, and you find yourself with extra money laying around, you build your position.
Right. Yeah. And like what you just said now is golden too. Like if you think about, you have the opportunity now to own a piece of the world. You got time to own a piece of every company that you like. Nike's about to be here forever. Just about they're everywhere in clothing, shoes. Own a piece of Nike. Google ain't going nowhere. We Googling everything every day. AI even using Google. So invest in Google. We got Nvidia, another big player. Like I'm telling you, and Nvidia, AI, and they taking over the world right now. Everybody using their chips. So those are people who are building infrastructure that ain't going nowhere in the near future. Invest your money into those big players, those large market cap players that's building infrastructure in the world and foundations. If you put your money in there, you won't be disappointed. You won't be disappointed.
Yeah. And you know what though? You saying something, but let's put this out here too.
Mm-hmm.
The one percenters, the people who are millionaires and billionaires, they're wealthy. And by being wealthy, and this a whole, like you said, this a whole nother video here, because this is right up your alley too, I know. Because AI is playing a huge part right now. And with AI playing the part that it's playing, a lot of these wealthy people, they not gonna need. Okay, watch this. Watch this. They not gonna need us to be consumers like we used to be. My daughter, your wife,
Yep.
is a prime example of this. Why would I keep on going buying Nikes eventually
Hmm.
when I can make them myself?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And of course it's not gonna be called Nike,
Mm-mm.
but because Nike is not that trademark, that logo is not gonna be that important as we go ahead because of AI. You know why? Because of the simple fact people gonna be producing and making shoes and clothing their own self. You familiar with True Religion?
Yeah.
They taken away from Guess or Gucci. Now people still buying it right now, but you see what I'm saying? They come up with that. People buying it. You starting to see it everywhere. So why would I keep on buying Guess stock, so to say, when really, man? I'm gonna tell you, I ain't gonna even. I'm just gonna,
Look.
because I'm telling you, this deep.
Yeah.
It's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes and right before our very eyes, and people just gotta wake up and do their homework and research.
Right.
I'm telling
Yeah. Look, don't get left behind. Like you don't want to be caught in 2030, 2050,
you.
ain't
Yeah,
got no coins,
yeah,
ain't no tokens,
right.
while everybody else got got their portion, they got in
Yeah,
position, and now they're bartering, they're making trades with their coins,
yeah.
they borrowing against it.
Peer to peer.
Yeah, that's another thing too, where we gonna have all the power. We could say so where our money's going. We could send it to each other peer to peer without any banks, anybody in between. Like if I wanted to send you right now $100, all you
Right.
gotta do is send me your address right now, your crypto wallet, and you'll get it within like 1 second, maybe even less than that.
Send it.
Right. I'm telling you, this is powerful. Like as a business owner, you start accepting crypto, you know, you don't got to worry about paying those transaction fees with like Stripe. They charging $2-3, especially for a high ticket item. If you spend $100, you know that money is not going towards the vendor. It's going towards Stripe just to process that fee. Now we got XRP, Ledger,
Mhm.
the
Right.
all these different chains that is allowing us to do peer to peer payments. It's like why would you even want to go back to that? So it's a beautiful time we in right now. And I'm excited.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel the same way too though, like when it comes to borrowing. And I understand, yeah, I mean it's common sense and it's inevitable that like Coinbase and all these other Kraken and everybody, how they would let you I mean, even people building companies now that let you borrow against your crypto. Okay, because guess what? It's like being once again at McDonald's and ordering a number two and they ask you, do you want to supersize it? You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Now you got to where the banks used to we go to them and borrow from them. So that system is still shifting and going coming along with us, but it's only for those who are not positioning themselves accordingly.
Mm.
Because if you feel like you want that house that bad and you don't have enough money, but you got a little crypto sitting around, oh, well, come borrow against it, even though you ain't got to spend it.
Mm.
But now we got a volatile market. Don't think that if it go down too far and you ain't had enough to cover that and still have some left,
Mm-hmm.
that they ain't gonna take your crypto from.
Yeah, you get liquidated fast.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's why I say get your portion, accumulate, because the more you have, you ain't got to borrow nothing. You ain't
Yeah.
got to borrow against your crypto. You again, if you got it on Fidelity, but then you also got it in a cold wallet and you got self custody, that's gonna be long term. What you have on Fidelity Now that I'll make passive income from it, and I'll definitely use some of that when I want to go purchase real estate or something like that. So you
Right.
got to have a strategy. You got to have that mindset to because even though I say it's a game, at the end of the day, it's a game that you have to learn how to play.
Yep.
But it's a way of life that you have to structure, strategize, and be blessed and successful in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's if you want this legacy mindset, if you want to change your life for your family, for your future, build a legacy, this is the channel, this is our community. So hit the like button, join our community, comment down what you want to talk about, and we're going to definitely put a video together in the future about those topics. We love to hear from y'all. We want to see growth. Comment y'all growth too. Whatever y'all want to talk about, put it in the comments. We'd love to hear from y'all. And like I said, we're going to be putting together more videos, maybe in the future, courses. We're going to be actually putting out cartoons for the kids. That's something else in the future we thinking about. So stay tuned. Hit that notification button. So, yeah.
Come grow with us. You're going to see.
Yes, grow with us. For sure.
And also, make sure you go in again when you subscribe and hit that all button.
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you, you will get notified every time we put out content.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. All right. So episode number 2 in the books, in the log, legacy mindset, a way of life, way of thinking. And with that being said, peace.